and that was
through
state
Sturt?
under 18 scholarship squad, and then it was into Sturt. Well, it was Sturt 17s and Sturt 19s.
And then after the Sturt's 19s, he actually come back to Mount Barker because he had a bit of a car accident, hurt his arm, and he decided to come back to Mount Barker and play football up here.
Yeah, he did a lot of damage to it. He damaged tendons and whatever, so every time he goes up for a mark, his hand wouldn't extend, it clawed. And it's always the same, he's still got the same problem. So it affected his marking, because down at Sturt he was a full forward for all the years he played at Sturt. But once he damaged his arm, it restricted his marking. So they sort of had to chop and change positions.
Sturt were good through that though. They helped him through that. Mount Barker Football Club actually were really good as well. Yeah.
And then it just goes up to his first premiership in 2000.
This is Hahndorf coach Craig Smith, and for premier football coverage, you can't beat Hills Radio 88.9 FM.
Yes, indeed, and we always pride ourselves on doing the best we can here in the Huddle. And when you talk Hills footy, our next guest is right up there. Dual male medalist, four-time premiership captain, player at Mount Barker, including captain in 2012, six-time Murphy medalist as the best and fairest for the Barkaroos, not to mention a veteran of 312 games. He's done it all. Welcome into the Huddle, Simon Nunan.
Thanks for having me.
Now,
you got Hahndorf Anzac Day on Tuesday, a little bit different. Are you going to do anything on the weekend?
I'm actually going to go watch my eldest lad play under 13s because he's in the Div 2 there with the Mount Barker second side.
Yep.
So
who are they playing for?
No, they're playing in the spot of Meadows or Macclesfield, I think.
Okay.
Because they didn't get a side together.
Yeah,
so
sure. Yep.
13s get to put a second side in to fill up
So
our numbers.
they'll be playing Nan this week, would that
They
be
play
right?
Nan over at Meadows, yeah.
So at least you don't have to go out to Sedan, Canberra or somewhere.
We don't have to do that trip. There's a few to Kersbrook and a couple to Kangaroo though.
And how are they going, mate? Where do they play?
They're only a junior side, so they'll be tough most weeks for them to get up because a lot of them are only 11 and 12 years old.
Yep.
But no, they'll improve. So
And we've got Jaden, is it?
Jaden, yep.
How's he going, mate?
He's good. He's playing up a couple of age groups, but good for his development.
Defender, key forward like you?
I think he plays defence like I do, not very close to his man. And he knows how to find the footy. He's been around the club enough.
Why is that when you look at some of the champion defenders such as yourself and the great man Red Clovier, they were what you call drifting defenders who really didn't pick up their man?
It's funny you say, Red, because he would have played a lot against Bots Ullhand.
Yes,
and that's the guy that I basically took after.
Yeah,
he was playing next to me in the defence in the early 2000s. So Bot's got the ball, so just do what he does.
88.9 FM.
Yeah, Simon was a defender that never kept near his man. He'd
Anzac
try and
Day,
judge the ball
looking
himself.
forward to it. Started to build up quite a bit of momentum over the last few years.
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the outside of finals, best day of the year, best round of the year. Just really fortunate that we get to do the standalone game with Hahndorf. Always had the rivalry there anyway, but just to put it on a game by itself, a few extra heads there, and special day, and we're lucky to do it.
It's just something that's built up over the last few years. Isn't it? It's getting like the Collingwood-Eston, not at that great a scale, but the traditional rivals obviously been going at each other for 100 years, and I think there was a draw in 2014. I think the Magpies have got you the last 2 years, but they're always close games, no matter where you're on the ladder.
Yeah, there's been a few seasons where we've split it 1 each over the season too, so...
What's your match day routine, Nunes? Do you have a set way you like to prepare for a game?
When I was younger, I was pretty set, and but now that I'm older, a father, and I coach, everything gets thrown out of whack a little bit. I could be leaving at 7 o'clock in the morning to Macclesfield to watch Jaden, and then I'll be back at 10:30 to do the Colts, so I don't get as much time to really worry about all that. Plus, by the time you've played a few games, you get into a bit of a routine, you know how to prepare yourself anyway.
Yep.
But eggs in the morning, it's always been the stable.
Eggs, even on match day?
Yep.
Eggs?
Yep, at least 3.
What, scrambled, boiled?
Fried, anything.
Fried, yeah.
Well, he normally has a big breakfast before football.
He used to always have a Mars bar, but I don't know if he still does that or not.
In the past, you're actually assistant. You're helping out Scott Titterman?
Yeah.
How's that working? Because, as I said, all the young guys...
Pastor on Friday nights. Always
Just
pastor.
another stepping stone for those boys, just another familiar face. And I've played a lot of footy with Scott as well, so we get along pretty well. Could also be his way of phasing me out. So,
have you changed the way you go about it?
I think I'm a fair bit more relaxed now. Just taking tips from other coaches that I've had and seeing coach as well. You've just got to trust your players more. I think that's probably the biggest thing. Just let them figure things out. Give them the instruction, but just don't demand it. Just say, here you go, boys, this is our template, work with that. And then just, depending on your side, the last couple of years we've had a side that's fairly developed, fairly senior side, and you can give them particular skills and movements and say, yep, go for this, boys, I know you're capable. This year we're more of a developing side, a lot younger, so it's just all about encouragement, more basic football and just teaching them the right things.
Now, you talk about movement. Former prodigy yours in the senior Colts who's now playing A-grade football with you. I won't tell you who it is, but where's number 2, I think. He was telling me there used to be occasions when wet nights at training you'd actually be innovative and take him inside and do a bit of UFC moves. Is that right?
Tap out. The tap out DVDs, if you've ever seen them. And, when it's muddy at Mount Barker,
Quite
it's
often do them at
unusable,
home.
isn't it?
Yeah,
So
as well, just to keep himself toned, and he runs every day. Even Sundays after a heavy night, he'll just put on his gear and go for a run. So he's committed at his fitness.
Last year, I think on YouTube, you were doing the push-up challenge there.
I got nominated for that, so held up my end of the bargain.
Oh, I certainly reckon you would.
Oh, you got to do the push-ups because I don't do the weights anymore.
Now, over your time at Mount Barker, it's been pretty successful. As you said, 4 premierships, captain as well in one of them. Just in the recent seasons, I suppose it's been a bit of a lag in Mount Barker's success, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been disappointing probably for the footy club. Whether we've had the side to win it or not, I'm not 100% sure. But, like Lucas was coaching before Scott, and he, I'm not sure that we just gave Blocky what he was after. So probably more on the players' heads than him.
Because obviously under Steve Samuels, who reached the pinnacle and had a good side, and they'd had some injuries. And, well, one year he had about 3 or 4 or maybe more knee injuries.
There was one year there we got hammered when it mattered with the injuries. But, no, we've underachieved. There's no doubt about that, and that's the focus with Scott now. It's on the players to make that happen. We're all senior enough now. I know I might be to say that I'm the oldest, but there's plenty of guys on the side now that have played over 100 games.
All right, we're talking with Simon Nunan here as a special guest in the Footy Hour on Hills Radio 88.9, and we'll be back shortly, and we might put him under the griddle with his tips for the coming round. But all that and more to come here on the Huddle, 88.9 FM.
Hi, this is Mark Nielsen from Mount Lofty. You're listening to 88.9 Hills Radio.
Platform 1, reverse push 1, train to party, platform 1, single, platform 1.